we're getting ready to make some venison sausage links, which will be a mixture of about 3 pounds of deer meat, venison, and about 2 pounds of pork rib trimmings. Two packages of deer meat, they're about 1.5 pounds each. And on the screen are the seasonings I used in grams. And here is about 2 pounds of pork rib trimmings ready to be ground up. Now, the deer meat had already been ground. It was frozen. Let it thaw a little bit and cut it up into chunks so I could mix it with this pork. Now, we had the meat back into the freezer so it could all be kind of semi-frozen before we started grinding it. It helps with the grinding process. And now we're adding our deer meat and pork, every other one or every two or three others. And then as we go along, and we're going to mix this or grind it a second time here. And we're using, I think I said earlier, the large disc. Now, the seasonings I mentioned earlier was for 5 pounds. 5 pounds of this meat. That's what the amount of seasoning was for. Okay, we're getting ready to send it through a second time, which we've already started a little bit of it. And it's going to come through, and that's going to help the texture of it and all, help it mix better. Now we're going to apply the seasonings. We're going to mix it all around on it or spread it all over. And then we're going to mix this really well. Now, it takes a while. You just can't mix around and say that's good. You just got to keep going, and you'll get tired of mixing. Now, I added about 5 ounces of water. This will help all of this mix and also give it some moisture in that sausage. And when you think you've mixed it enough, keep on mixing. We'll speed it up and get through this. By golly, I think we made it. Now, if it won't fall off, it's pretty sticky, it'll hold, and it's good. Now we're going to put tinfoil over it, set it in the icebox, and let all these seasonings kind of dissolve and let that flavor go throughout this sausage. Well, it's the next day, and we're having our coffee. Now it's time to get that sausage stuffer ready. Now the tube I'm using is 3/4 inch, and the casings I'll be using are hog casings, 32 to 35 millimeter. Now we'll get this meat down in this hopper. You see that I'm not a real good shot when I throw this down there, so I just eventually just put it in there and just push it down. You want to make sure you don't have no air pockets in there, so you just kind of push it down. Each handful you put in there, push it down, make sure you push out all the air pockets. Now I apply a little bit of mineral oil around that ring, that rubber ring on the piston. Now we're going to get the air out and get the sausage up to the end of the tube, and then we'll apply our hog casings on there. We'll get that all strung onto the tube. And each one of these, I got about 3 that I've soaked and rinsed and run water through. I got about 3 of them. Each one of them hold about 2.5 pounds, I found. So I've always gotten 1 too many. So 2 does 5 pounds for me. Now before you put them on the tube, put these casings on the tube, you'll hold that down and get some water inside of it. That'll help this slide on this tube a lot better and help the casings load a lot better. And this time, I'm loading the whole casing with sausage, and we'll wrap it in a circle there before I make the links. They're not real uniform, but hey, they work. Now we'll leave enough of that hog casing there so we can tie it off. Now we'll load another casing onto the tube. And we'll tie it off and load another hog casing with sausage. Make a little hole in there to make sure we get the air out of it the best we can. Now, doing this by yourself, it's a little bit of work, but you can get through it, and it's a lot easier if you have two people working on this. Now we put it in 4-wheel drive and see if we can get through this. And tie off the end. Now we're going to punch holes all the way around this sausage, and that'll let it release some air pockets that's in there, and it also helps it when you smoke it or cook it, it helps it tighten up. And I'm doing the other side. Now this is the way I do it. Others may do it a little different. They may just think one side's plenty. I don't know, but this is the way I do it. Okay, we've just about got all the holes punched in it. Now I believe it is time to make some links. Now the first link, I twist it towards me. I move down, I pinch a place there, hold it, move on down, and the third link, I twist it towards me. This way you just, every other one you twist towards you and you'll make all the links, and they won't come untwisted on you. Now if you was doing this one at a time, you'd twist one, say towards you, the next one would be away from you, the next one would be towards you, the next one would be away from you. This way you just, every other one you just twist towards you. Because I have been known to forget and twist the opposite way I was supposed to go and then untwist some. Now I think we found the end of that one. Now we'll twist links into this other one. And we'll jump ahead a little bit here, won't make you watch it again, twisting links. Okay, we got our links all made up here. And the smoker is putting out some good smoke. Now I hang these on my dowel that I made for hanging meat on in the smoker. We're back and we're about an hour in and we've been smoking them about 175. Now we're about 3 hours in and I kicked it on up to 200. It's kind of chilly outside, so it's making the smoker work a little more. Oh yeah, look at that color. Looking good. Running at 200 degrees. They're coming along good. We're going to pull these off about 150 internal. And I believe we made it. And we'll put them into a cold water bath. Total time in the smoker was about 5 hours. I left the other sausage links in the smoker for about another 5 minutes. And when I get these links cut, I'll go out and get the other one and put some more ice in this to help stop the cooking process. Now these make for good snacks, and we'll cut one open here. Good snacks, crackers, cheese. They really taste good. Okay, we're going to cut these links apart. We're going to place them in vacuum seal bags, and then we're going to vacuum seal them and place them in the freezer. Any that I put in the refrigerator should last up to about 3 to 4 days. Well, we get them sealed into the bags and now into the freezer they go. Hey, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. That will help my channel tremendously. And if you're not a subscriber, I hope you consider subscribing.